Hi, my name is Dro, and I'm a content creator. I've been doing this since I was like 13 years old, 14 years old. Some of you guys may refer to me as that guy that plays for the weird band with all the weird makeup. Others of you probably know me as the guy who posts videos of his weird animals all the time. So anyway, you probably came here because you wanted to find out more about how to become a content creator. I figured I'd make this video because after many years of being online and making videos, there's so many different websites that have popped up all over the place. A lot of people get really confused at first as to why they should sign up to all of them. So I'm here to tell you how I use them to my advantage, and hopefully maybe it'll help you figure out what you want to do at the end of the day. Follow me on my Instagram, check out my Facebook page. Hit me up on Snapchat. Chat with me on my Discord. Tweet at me and slide into my DM. Did you guys check out that cool picture I put on Pinterest? Yo, what's your Tumblr? Did you guys see that ridiculous Reddit post? Hey, I just got demonetized on YouTube. Actually, that brings me to my first topic. If you want to become a content creator, I think you need to be extremely crazy about whatever you want to do. I've been doing this since I was like 13 or 14 years old when I got my first computer. I ended up actually having this webcam that had a proprietary cord that plugged into PCI card that went into the computer. It wasn't even like PCI Express or 16 or anything like that. It was like old school PCI. One of the first live streams that I ever did in my life was back in the early 90s. I had a couple friends of mine that were over my house, and we were live streaming two betta fish that we had tanked side by side as they were flaring up at each other. And then, of course, being stupid young kids that we were, like, we decided we were gonna put the fish in together. Luckily, the fish didn't kill each other. They did chase each other around and stress each other out, and there was like close to 1,000 people watching as the fish were just swimming around showing their displays in the tank. But yeah, that was actually my very first live stream ever. Years after that, I was even live streaming on a website called Operator 11, for those of you who still remember me from back then. Those were some crazy days, weren't they? I've been posting content for a long time, whether it be about the music I work with, the animals I work with, or anything in between. I also do graphic design, web design. So by doing that, I've worked with a lot of different people, a lot of different companies, a lot of different subjects that have given me tons of content to post online on a regular basis. I decided one day that I wanted to do that for a living. I didn't want to work for anybody anymore. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to do my own thing, and I wanted to do things that I love. Instead of making everybody else money, and then at the end of the day, being left with nothing if you ever end up losing that job. The only way to really secure things for myself was to just bite the bullet and say screw it. Everybody uses each one of these sites differently, so what works for me may not work for you, and what works for somebody else may not work for the rest of us. Okay, let's talk about YouTube first, because you're here watching this on YouTube more than likely. This is probably the one platform that gets promoted the most people know about it, so everyone wants to know what's it take to become a YouTuber. So before you even think about becoming a content creator on YouTube, you have to know a couple of things. One is you have to be incredibly insane to become a YouTuber. In order to survive on this platform these days, you kind of have to film a dead body and post it on your thumbnail. I'm just kidding, don't do that, that was awful. We're past that, right? There was a point in time where I was making over $4,000 a month in ad revenue. Now because of Adpocalypse and all this other stuff that has happened, it's kind of forced me to kind of branch out, and that's why you see me posting like a million links in my description below showing you every single site that I use, so that hopefully you guys can support me on other platforms, so that YouTube doesn't have to be the main source of income. If you want to be a creator on YouTube and you think that you're going to tell your boss, fuck you, I'm going to wear all the tattoos and piercings I want, you're not going to tell me what to do, I'm going to become a YouTuber if you fire me. Don't do that just yet. In order for you to make it on YouTube, you got to do some really crazy things at this point, because you know, they took everybody's ad revenue away, so it's really difficult for anybody to actually make any real money to survive on YouTube. And it's a shame. I've been posting YouTube videos for over 10 years now. I finally reached over 100,000 subscribers, which is amazing. But I've also realized that a lot of my videos got demonetized, even videos that just had a cat playing with catnip, for example. I always use that video as an example because it's the silliest thing that could have been demonetized on my channel. It was literally my cat playing with catnip, and it says it in the title that it's catnip, so it wasn't like somebody could misconstrue that to be like he was playing with marijuana or something. And I only mention that because somebody made a comment to me in the past that maybe somebody at YouTube thought that it was weed, and that's why they demonetized it. I don't know. In my opinion, the cool thing about YouTube is that anybody could pretty much become big on YouTube. It really takes doing something unique and something interesting that people want to watch. You also have to have the ability to edit videos. So make sure that if you want to be a content creator on YouTube, that you know how to edit video, and if you don't, just YouTube a bunch of videos on how to edit videos, and then you'll know how to edit videos. Once you know how to edit videos, start looking at other creators that do what you want to do, or something similar to what you want to do. You take a look at their thumbnails, you take a look at what kind of tags they're putting on their videos, what kind of descriptions, what kind of of titles, all of that stuff. And I'm not saying copy them, because if you do, you're never going to be able to do better than them. Okay guys, let me show you some of the websites that I use and give you just the tip why I use each one, what I use them for, and maybe you can figure out some kind of way my tip can help you. Check this out. Got over 134,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And then my about page, you can see I got over 67 million views. So YouTube is kind of where I post all of my main content. If we go over here to the videos page, you can see I do all sorts of different content. I've got like video card review here, so I do, like, every once in a blue moon I'll do something tech worthy. A lot of times I'd post stuff that has to do with my animals. And then I've got a ton of playlists, and these playlists here, if you click here where it says view 15 more, you'll actually see there's like a lot of different playlists I set up that are pretty much just different categories of things that I post on my channel, whether they be about gaming, about my cats, or stuff about my fish, stuff about my band. There's all these different categories that you can choose from. That's kind of how I use YouTube. Sometimes people use this a little bit differently. You guys already all know how YouTube works. And then we have Twitter. So personally, I don't really use Twitter as much as I do some of the other sites. On here, a lot of times I just post little bits of information that has anything to do with what I'm working on. Sometimes I post pictures. And then if I do live stream, sometimes if I live stream simultaneously, I'll also live stream on Periscope. And if you go down here, you can see view broadcasts. And this is actually where all of the broadcasts end up when they're done being shot. And you can go back here and watch all of the live streams that were actually done. Then there's Instagram. I don't really use Instagram to make any money either, but this is where I post my photos of my pets and animals, or if I'm on tour, I'll post photos with the band, behind the stage stuff. All sorts of cool stuff. Oh, this cute little Christmas picture of Scout, so adorable. One of the cool things about Instagram is there are brand deals that you can take, and sometimes it'll be where like you're showing a product or something, and there's a company who will be paying you to show that product. And there's a lot of creators and models and stuff that will do that and make money on Instagram that way. They did currently add the feature where you can live stream on there, but it's kind of the same thing. If you're getting paid to live stream on Instagram, it's usually from a brand. I don't use it for that. I use it mainly to just share my animals and really cool pictures I take, because I also do photography as well. And I used to post my stuff on Flickr, which is a photography mainly website. Ever since Yahoo took over it, I believe it was Yahoo, right, who bought it? It just went to shit, and there's really no community on there anymore. So Instagram is kind of the place to go to post pictures these days, at least for me. YouNow is kind of cool. The way that it works is pretty different from Twitch or YouTube in the way that they allow you to actually make money when you become a partner by the amount of interaction and engagement you have with the website itself. If you're watching viewers, you can get stuff for watching viewers like coins, and you can give coins to viewers. It's kind of easier to explain if I go to somebody's video. This is basically someone who's live streaming at the moment, and he's got 102 rank on the website. They actually rank you depending on what you're doing on here, and your rank goes higher. Mine is actually currently at a level 20. I just started streaming on this site pretty recently, and I have 112,000 gold coins, which I can use. So whenever I go down here, I can see this one's cost 30,000 coins to leave him 100 likes. There's also other cool things, like you can get a free spin on the site every 24 hours, which is this thing, or you can buy them for 200 gold bars. If you do a free spin, this creator will actually receive a reward for that spin. He might win some money, he might win a bunch of likes on his video. It really depends on what that random algorithm spits out. It's pretty cool because I've already made some money on this website, and I've only been streaming for a very short amount of time. So there's this explore section where you can go in and just check out a lot of people who are streaming live at the moment. They have like top broadcasters and suggested lists sometimes. They've got leaderboards for people who have gotten the most fans, the most likes, top broadcasts, all that stuff, moment creators. So moments are actually when you go to, like, let's go to my profile. For example, there's a creator here who had a funny moment that she got a jump scare, and I took this moment, which when somebody's actually live streaming, you can click on the button to capture the moment. It's kind of like Twitch, where you can capture like a like up to 30 to 40 seconds of the video and clip it, and it saves it. And because I clipped this video of hers, it's actually showing on my profile, and it shows on her profile as well. So like here, for example, there's a clip that somebody took from one of my live streams, and it shows their name here, and it shows up on my page because and I'm sure it shows up on their page as well since they took that. There's replays on here, which is kind of cool. Whenever you live stream, you can actually do replays
plays here. Now, one of the things I wanted to show people on this website is, yeah, you can pick up your cell phone and start live streaming yourself right away by just downloading the YouNow app. But the weird thing is, if you try to live stream where you're playing a video game and you're live streaming your desktop, normally what people do is they use the application called OBS, and that's what I. So OBS is something that I can do a whole completely separate video on if you guys want to know more about it, because that software actually deserves its own video. The use of it is to actually live stream, and just a quick to show you, this is my app right now that I'm live streaming on. But the reason why I'm showing you this in the first place, when you go to stream using OBS to YouNow, it's kind of awkward. When you go to stream using OBS, it's as simple as just hitting the start streaming button. With YouNow, it works a little bit different. You actually have to hit the go live button. It tries to access your camera if you have a webcam. I normally have a web camera actually plugged in, but right now I'm using my DSLR camera, so I want to stream with my DSLR using OBS so I can capture my screen and put that into YouNow. Here's one of the things, like you can go down here and go use external streaming tool, and they give you a streaming key and URL that you put into your app, and you can stream that way. Then you go ahead and you put in a tag. This is kind of like their version of categories. This will be what kind of category your video is going to sit in. So if you were doing gaming, for example, you would just put gaming, and then you can put in a title. Picture, you can't upload a picture. I've noticed, at least I haven't been able to upload a picture whenever I go to stream using OBS, but if you go back and you actually turn that off and it pulls up your webcam, you can snap a shot while your webcam is showing by just hitting this picture, and it'll save that as the actual image. So if I go back over to my profile, you'll see here that some of these have pictures and then some of them don't. If you don't capture a picture, it won't show up. At least it didn't before. So generally I'll just turn on my webcam for a second, and then I'll capture the picture I want, and then I'll go ahead and go back to external streaming tool, and then I'll go ahead and hit prepare broadcast. You can hit these buttons down here on the bottom if you want to share. It doesn't allow you to share to Snapchat or Instagram. These are just kind of reminders to let you know to do it yourself. So you can actually let it share to Tumblr and Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If you do it with YouTube as well, you can also multi-stream to YouTube from YouNow. But one of the things that I hate the most about YouNow is they actually box your picture into like a 4x3 box. So if you're watching an actual stream on your cell phone, it ends up getting boxed off, and you can't really tilt your phone or anything to make it letterboxed, and it ends up just being a square. If you're streaming on the website using OBS, it will actually capture a 16:9 screen when you're viewing it on like a browser. So as you can see there, that's a 16:9 video or 16:10 video. I forgot what I was streaming at. Anyway, it's a longer video where you can actually see my webcam there on the top right hand corner of the screen, where when somebody's actually watching that exact stream as it was happening on their cell phone, they couldn't actually see me because it was boxed off and it was cutting my camera off. So the only solution to that is to move my camera to the middle of the screen somewhere, whether on the bottom or the top. And if it's on the top, it's covering the game score and the time, and it's just a big mess. I wish that they would actually allow you to stream in 16:9 to where the viewers on their cell phone can see it in 16:9, because a lot of people are like, oh, where's your camera, while I'm in the middle of streaming, and I'm like, my camera's on, what are you talking about? And it's because they're watching it on a cell phone, and I kind of figured that out. So believe it or not, I actually end up losing a lot of viewers whenever I'm streaming at 16:9, because people can't see me and they think I'm just streaming a video game and talking over it. So a lot of times when I'm streaming on YouNow, I was also streaming on Twitch, but I found out that as an affiliate or a partner of Twitch, you're not really allowed to stream on multiple websites. You have to stream on Twitch first, and then 24 hours later you can take that video and post it anywhere else, but you're not allowed to actually multi-stream. So they do frown upon that. If you're not an affiliate and you're not a partner yet, I don't think they have an issue with it. It's just if they're paying you, I think they want you to stream on their site first so they have the exclusive. The one other cool thing I like about YouNow is they allow you to bring in other people into your videos. So if you're live streaming, you can actually host other people. Like this chick here, she brought in some other guy, and you can see here under guests, you can either become a guest, or if there's a queue of people waiting to become a guest, they can come on here. So you can actually set up like up to 2 people and sit there and chat with them. I do a couple of gaming videos on YouNow, and I also do a couple of videos where I'm just sitting around talking to people in a chat like these other people do. I end up making a little bit of money that way, and it's not a lot of money, but it definitely helps compensate for some of the stuff that YouTube has been screwing a lot of creators in. And it really sucks, because I would do all my content on YouTube, including all of my live streams, if they didn't screw us over so bad. But because because I'm making less money on YouTube, I have to sit there and fight to try to make money on other websites and diversify myself. Otherwise, I'm going to be making like $1,000 a month, and no one can really survive off of that when, you know, you have pets to feed and rent and electric and water bills and all that other stuff that adds up at the end of the month. I use YouNow to post videos and live stream when I'm not doing stuff that's related to like my animals, which is mostly what I show on the channel. But YouNow is kind of cool because I see a lot of people on here that are mainly artists, either doing music and singing and rapping or DJing. I see actual traditional artists who are doing painting and drawings who are really good on here. There's actually a lot of really cool people in creativity that I've seen here on YouNow, and I'm actually really enjoying it a lot. The reason why I spent so much time talking about this website versus the other ones is because this is the one site that I've noticed you can make money on quick. That's a little bit more relevant to what everybody wants to do these days, which is kind of show off their talents, show off their interests and what they're doing. So in return, you're directly supporting their channel, as opposed to something like YouTube where you can donate when somebody's live streaming, but you can't really help them the same way. Creators aren't getting paid per likes or getting paid for stuff like that. And I think it's really cool that YouNow took the opportunity to do something a little bit different. Now, if we could get everything that all of these sites are doing combined into one, that would actually be really amazing. Creators have the ability to put their own ads on videos and take in their own advertisers, would be amazing. Then there's Google+. We're not really going to talk a lot about Google+. To be honest, I don't really use Google+ a lot anymore. I do a lot of auto posting to there, like I let my YouTube post my videos to my page. Let's go to my profile. Yeah, so if you take a look at everything here, these are just pretty much videos. I used to actually do full posts on here, but it really wasn't getting the engagement. It was kind of a waste of my time to really post anything on here, but I do see that there are a couple of pages that are doing really well on Google+. Some of the communities that I see doing really well on sites like Google+ are the tech communities. I don't really know of a good way to make good money with posting on Google+, because you already have the ability to make money from Google through YouTube, but also by doing AdSense, AdWords, you know, those other programs that they have available. But I just never used Google+ as one of them. They do give you the ability to create a brand page though, so I have like a brand account here. If you have like an actual store, that's really good to do. You have like a website where you sell products or something like that, it's probably better. But if you're just a creator, a content creator, I don't see any need for you to really be posting your address and all that stuff up as an actual business, unless you have an actual location that you want to share the address for online. Twitch, as we know, is mostly where people go to post their gaming live streams. So a lot of creators here are just live streaming their games. And like, for example, Tyler, he's offline at the moment, but you can see he's got 46,000 people waiting for him to play right now. He's got over 43 million views. So there's definitely people on Twitch and people doing well on Twitch just streaming video games. You can see these creators here on the side, 28,000, 17,000. These are some of the bigger creators on Twitch, so yeah, they're gonna have a lot of viewers when they're live streaming, but when you start out, you might have one or two, and if you can keep them entertained, eventually you'll get other people on your stream as well. They allow you to get subscriptions, so you can see here, I can subscribe for free using my Twitch Prime subscription, which you can give to a creator or a user can give to you. There's paid subscription, which is $4.99 a month, and then there's more paid subscription options that you can do. There's a $9.99, $24.99 option. You get different types of features and cool little things you can do on the website depending on what kind of subscription you have and what kind of stuff the creator provides you. Like as a creator, I can do little emotes, like you see these little faces that are popping up in people's chats. So you can customize your own for your channel, and a lot of these Twitch streamers will have custom ones made for their channel that end up being used on other channels as well and become memes and all of this stuff. It's kind of cool the way that it works. So Twitch actually has like its own language. If you want to learn more about that, let me know. Maybe I'll do a video about it. I did also want to show you that Twitch isn't just for video game streaming. They do have other sections. Like if you go here to the browse page, they do have an IRL section now, and that stands for in real life, and people actually will post videos of them out doing stuff. The only bad thing about Twitch is every once in a while we'll notice really quick that in the IRL section, a lot of it's just titty streamers, and basically those are just girls who are wearing tight shirts to show off their boobs and hopes that guys are just going to give them all their money because they're horny and they just want to throw all their money at them. So on Twitch, you can leave people bits, which is like coins or something on YouNow, like I was explaining, and that actually converts to money. So if I go here to bits, see, I have 0 bits because I haven't paid for any, but if you want to buy them, see, it gives you the ability, you can get 1,000 bits for $10. You can give those to creators and that converts over to money. Also, if you subscribe to their channel, it's money. See, like, there's 35 people watching here, and this bitch is dancing because probably these guys are giving her money to keep doing stuff like that on camera. And Twitch actually is supposed to be against that, but there was actually one night where I was here in the IRL section, and there was a guy masturbating on camera, and he basically said that he's doing it because he sees all these titty streamers, and if they're allowed, then he's allowed to masturbate on camera. And I think he was just trying to rebel against Twitch. But it was kind of funny that somebody would actually go out of their way to do that just as a troll. Was that Jesus I saw? You guys remember Jesus from PewDiePie's video? It is. It's the Jesus from Fiverr that PewDiePie posted on his video. He's live streaming right now. Anyway, that's kind of cool. So that's kind of Twitch in a nutshell. If you want to stream IRL stuff where you're walking around in the streets with a camera, see, he's out and about doing stuff, live streaming it, and it's lagging. Probably got a shitty connection at Walmart. You can tell by up here and over here that he's at Walmart. But he's got 65 people watching, 68 people watching. And you can see here the top cheer, somebody gave him 5,000. So he's actually making money off of all of these whenever people leave them. But again, you have to be accepted as a partner or an affiliate on Twitch to even be accepted to do that. If you're going to put all your time into doing this, that you become a partner on these sites if it requires it first. Restream is the site I was talking about. You can actually go here to your dashboard. These are the websites I added. You can turn them on and off. And basically, this is the Restream key that I put into my OBS software. Any of these that are on, it'll convert the video and send it to those websites while I'm streaming. So I can be streaming on all of these websites at the same time without any problems, except for Twitch, which, since I'm an affiliate, they don't really like us to do that very much. So that's something you want to watch out for too. Make sure you read the terms of being a partner on the website that you're on so that you don't get in any kind of trouble. They do allow you to come in here and switch the titles. So let's just change this title here to Content Creating 101. When you hit update all, you'll notice all of these websites titles get updated to Content Creating 101, except for Ustream does not allow you to do that, and YouNow doesn't allow you to do that, because like I was mentioning, in order for you to even live stream on here, I can't just hit start stream and expect that it's going to just start it on my YouNow page. I actually have to have a browser open. I have to start the stream here like I was showing you. Then I can actually hit start on my OBS and it'll stream to YouNow. But if I close out the browser, the stream to YouNow actually gets cut off. The other ones will still go on because Restream is actually still sending it to their servers. Those sites work differently. They're built to automatically stream as you're sending the data, as to where a site like YouNow is actually expecting that you start a stream and then it'll wait for your data to come in. Social alerts is like I have basically my Facebook page and my Twitter connected, so if I put a message on here and I hit update, when I start streaming, it should send an update to those websites to let people know to come check out my stream. So their monitor page will allow you to actually go in and view the data that you've been sending to the sites and whether or not it was coming in. You will see that this stream was actually a good stream. We had data constantly coming through. But when I first started using YouNow, you will see here that I did not have that started and I was just sending data to YouNow, and this is what was happening. So it was capturing some of the data and then dropping out the rest because it had nowhere to go. It didn't actually start my stream at all. Nobody on YouNow was actually able to watch anything that I was streaming that day. So basically I ended up figuring out that you have to actually start it on a browser in order for an app like OBS to send it in for it to capture. Chat is really cool. You can actually customize how you want that set up. You grab this link and you put it in an item here, which you can see here I have Restream.io chat, and then there's a link to my chat there. So if I turn it on here, you can kind of see it's starting to load it up while I'm live streaming. One of the sites that provides you with a ton of cool stuff like that is Streamlabs. So if you go to Streamlabs and you sign in with either your Twitch or Mixer or Facebook or Periscope or YouTube or any of those, it'll show you your recent events of, you know, what people were doing, if they were subscribing, following, leaving you bits and cheers on the actual videos you're doing. There's all sorts of stuff here. I'm not going to waste my time going in through detail of how to use Streamlabs, but if you want to get into it, I can do a video about it. Just let me know in the comments below. I'll do a video about it if you're interested in learning more. Definitely check out Restream. Definitely check out Streamlabs. Those are two really important sites that might help you. There are other sites like them, so if for some reason you really don't like those and you want to use something else different, just do quick Google searches. I'm sure you'll find something that works for you. These just happen to be the ones that work for me. Patreon's a website where you'll probably see a lot of creators talking about and asking you to sign up. Basically, the way that Patreon works is it's a website where you can support creators that you like. If they have a Patreon page, you're basically paying them monthly to keep creating content. They can set up perks here on the side. These are different rewards that you'll get depending on how much money you donate monthly to that channel. A lot of times you'll get sneak peeks. That's kind of what I use it for. I can update my subscribers when I'm in the middle of working on a video I want to share with them. For some reason, I only have 61. Why you guys keep leaving me? Let's see who left me this month. No! Why'd you leave me, Stephanie and Dark Fuzzy Paws? Why? Just kidding. Cool. I appreciate every single one of you that do support me on the Patreon page. It's really awesome. Even if it's a little bit, like, I leave it as low as $1 if you want to subscribe to my Patreon. I don't feel that anybody should pay for my content at all, and I didn't even want to set up a Patreon page to begin with, to be honest with you guys, and I've mentioned that in a few different videos that I posted in the past. The only reason why I did it, again, was because YouTube cut everybody's pay by such a drastic amount. I didn't really have a choice. So a lot of you guys may have actually seen the t-shirts that I posted and the link that I put in the description about my t-shirts. So I actually set up this Teespring page just to be able to, once again, do something else that I can bring in a little bit of extra money, because being a sole content creator on YouTube definitely doesn't work for anybody right now, especially anybody that's a new creator. You got to really be doing something crazy in order to get the necessary attention to make a living off of that and be able to quit your job. So the next thing that I wanted to show you guys is I actually do have a Reddit page that I just created. Finally, they allowed me to actually have my Reddit page. For years, I was trying to set up a Reddit page and I was shadow banned. I had no idea what shadow banning even was. So whenever I tried to create a page, it would not only just automatically get denied, but they would block it as well. Finally, I got in touch with some administrators who got back to me, ended up fixing everything for me, and I was able to create my Reddit. So Reddit works more kind of like old school forums did, where you can actually go to a post, people can leave comments on it and stuff. My Reddit page is actually pretty new. If you feel like going on there and posting anything about animals or music or whatever, just post anything. Right now there's no rules. I'll create rules as I go along, but right now feel free to put whatever you want on my Reddit page. That's pretty much what I'm going to be using it for, is just to see what you guys post and we can comment on stuff and have fun conversations. I might do like an Ask Me Anything on there, and then you guys can ask anything about either wolf dogs or the tarantulas or the bugs I keep or whatever it is. We can always do different things. You guys can leave suggestions there in my Reddit. I'm going to be checking it on a regular basis. Now, if you're just a music creator, the next site you want to check out is probably SoundCloud. SoundCloud is where creators go to upload all of their music. On here, you can follow different people, leave comments on their music and whatever they're creating. If you're a musician or you work with audio in any way and you want to share your content, this is probably a good platform to start with. DeviantArt. You guys remember DeviantArt? If you're an artist and you do any kind of drawings, paintings, photography, DeviantArt is actually a pretty good site to be a part of. There's a really cool community of really artistic people. As you can see, all the pictures here are pretty badass. So you got a Knuckles. You show me the weight. That is a really cool fake animal. See, people create some really, really badass stuff. So yeah, go check it out if you're an artist. Then we all know about Pinterest, right? Pinterest is actually where mainly I go to get ideas. There's not really anything I do on here that I can make money with. For example, if I want to see something that has to do with pets, you get a whole bunch of pictures, and there's even posts people make that have like blog articles and news articles that you can click over to. If you want to get ideas for stuff, this is a really great place, especially for DIY stuff. You might get ideas for the next project you want to create. If you use Pinterest for something specific, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear if there's any avid Pinterest users out there who actually use it seriously in some way. There's other sites out there, like, you know, there's Snapchat, and that's a site where supposedly the videos are supposed to disappear after you share them on your snaps, but of course other people came out with apps that let you save them, so that kind of really defeated the purpose. But a lot of people still use Snapchat on a regular basis. There's really nothing there that I've seen use of at the moment. I don't even really use my Instagram stories or Facebook stories much right now. Snapchat just really doesn't make sense for me to use either, because it's kind of the same thing in my eyes. So if you use any of these other sites or anything, it's not that I'm really forgetting to mention them, it's that I'm only really mentioning the ones that work for me, and I wanted to give a real use case of why I use one site versus another, so you guys can kind of get an idea of the kind of stuff I do online on a regular basis to make money as a content creator versus actually having a regular day job like most people. Another one I wanted to show you guys is actually Discord. This is where I have my chat. I have a link for it in my description below as well, and when I'm gaming or when I'm just wanting to talk to you guys or anything, I can go here in the chat. You guys can post pictures, everything else. I have another room here set up that's actually where I make all of my announcements. So if you're part of the Discord, you actually get a notification on your phone or on your computer letting you know that that there's a new announcement that I posted on there if you want to go check it out. I also follow other streamers, as you can see here. They have their own chat rooms set up as well. There's even ways that you can put this chat on your live stream. So if you end up wanting to show this chat while you're streaming and people can be in there talking. Another cool thing that I really like using Discord for is if I am gaming and I want to have a conversation with the people that are in my team in a game, but I don't want the rest of the people in the game to hear us talking. Like for example, we played a Fortnite game where there was 4 of us on a team, but one of those people were not really friends with us and wasn't really participating as being part of the team, so they didn't really need to hear all of our conversation. So instead of having the audio for our voices in the actual game, we ended up all connecting to these Discord voice channels where we can sit there and have conversations and be able to hear each other without anybody else in the game that's not included hearing it and being annoyed by it as well. Otherwise you got to go in the game and like mute each person. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And you can also see what other games people are playing or streaming. Like for example, when my friend Sarah's actually streaming, I can click on here and it'll take me directly to her stream on Twitch. So there's a lot of different uses that people use Discord for as well, but that's just another platform if you want to utilize it to keep in touch with any kind of community that you might be growing. In conclusion, I just wanted to say, I know that this video ended up being a lot longer than I really wanted it to be in the beginning, but I wanted you guys to get kind of a better understanding of how I use some of these sites and what I use them for. And at the end of the day, you realize that your job daily becomes checking these websites every day and responding to people and creating content to post on these websites, whatever reason you may have. I feel that posting it everywhere is a better way to get recognized with the content that you're putting out there, as opposed to just posting it on one site and hoping that you become huge on there. I do happen to have my most subscribers on YouTube, which is why this is probably the most important platform to me at the moment. It's where I make the most amount of money. It's where I have the most followers. It's where I have the most reach. So it's been kind of cool to kind of sit back and try to learn what each site does and how I can use it to my advantage. And then I see other creators who are using it completely different from me and still doing really well. Don't feel that because you watched my video, you have to do it my way or use it the way that I use it. You know, if you find a way that works for you and that you can monetize it, that's great. And if you guys use these sites a little bit differently than I do, I would love to hear it down in the comments below. Let me know what you use these social networks for and how you make money off of it, if you do at all. If you're looking to start becoming a content creator, just realize that these days it's way harder to make any money doing it. It's just overly saturated now, and you end up having stuff like this. So there's another website that I didn't even really want to mention, but I'm going to show it to you because I follow somebody on this website.
Guys, share that broadcast down below. Follow my Guardian at all times. Double coin drop. Double coin drop if you get Josh.
Okay, you
up
see
to
that?
1,600. That was his deal. He said, you get me to 1,600 and I'll give you guys a coin drop.
He wants to give you a coin job. This is exactly what I wanted to talk about.
Places. But yeah, I'm part Arab, so but they got Arab money. Go find me an Arab right now. Get that Arab money. What?
Again,
get that
talking
Arab
about money.
Hey, get that Arab money. Yes, Dubai.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the next streamer and see what they're doing.
Please go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're not following my lovely top 3, please go ahead and hit them all with the follow. Show them some
Again,
love, y'all.
begging for follows, begging for likes, begging for
What is this
the money
shit?
on the
Why
website.
is this music? Who are you? I am Brittany, honey. Who are
Little hearts for you. So hot in here.
Is it? Is it really that hot in there?
Dude, that Porsche, I'm booging even with all those gifts. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you for all.
Okay, so this is another site that I didn't even really want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because this is what ends up happening when sites like YouTube
You guys
stop.
want to have an awesome broadcast or a boring broadcast? Because if it's boring, I'll just end the broadcast.
When sites like YouTube stop paying people properly, this is what happened. This website is just filled with people constantly begging for money, begging for follows, begging for likes, because this kind of works like YouNow, where you actually get paid for the amount of likes or gifts that you get on a website. But what happens is this whole website, I've been on it, I've actually live streamed on it just to see how bad it was, and I sat there for like 10 minutes talking to myself with about, 40 to 50 people in the room, and not one person said one thing, even when I was asking stuff, when I was asking legitimate questions, because I wanted to know if people on this website, if all they do is just beg for money the whole time and beg for likes and follows and all that stuff. And I had a couple people at first talking to me, and then all of a sudden it started getting really creepy. And all these guys who were coming into the page were like older balding dudes with gray hair that weren't really talking. I kind of felt like their other hand was busy. Anyway, if you look at the site, that's pretty much all you see here are are girls. Some of them are actually probably a lot younger than they should be. All they're doing the whole time is begging for money. And even if you look at the other channels, that's what they're doing too.
Thank you, Kai. That is very sweet of you, honey. Spam drop, you guys. Spam drop if you guys want that coin drop. So come on, let's do it. Let's get lit. Spam drop, you guys.
All they do is
let's
this.
do it.
This is all you're going to see on this site the whole time. Dancing around for that coin drop. Give me some of them diamonds. So this girl's just sitting here eating, and I'm sure that's great content, right? And the weirdest thing about it is, like, when you land on the homepage of this site, that's what you see.
There's nothing wrong with this top. It's peach.
For stuff. So let's show you.
All right, we got Constanza. Constanza, hit my DM real quick.
See? Let's go see what the guys are doing on this website.
Lost Soul, what's good, girl? Dr. Dylan, what's good with you, homie?
So this is another thing that you'll see a lot on this site is people just playing music.
Building right now. Follow me, my guardian, in my top 5. Spam the like, spam the chat, share the broadcast.
See? That's all it is. But where's the actual content? I'm just randomly clicking on people here, and every single person's doing the same thing on this site.
Drop. And send that purple diamond or higher if you want to get into the super castle. I'm doing a giveaway, guys. Scarlett Jones is in the building. What's up, Scarlett? Beautiful Scarlett's in the building. Follow Scarlett. Oh, you got your star badge. Congratulations, Scarlett.
Anyway.
I'm just hungry. So I ordered from Taco Bell. I ordered, like, I think everything on the menu.
You guys get my point. That's what I'm talking about. This is what happens when you end up taking monetization abilities away. You end up with websites like these where people are trying to make quick money by just begging for it. And if you're gonna dance for a camera or just sit there with a tight shirt, I would honestly suggest you just go on a website like Streamate or Chatterbait or another porn site where you can actually legitimately stream to people who are there for that kind of content. So I feel like that's probably a better place to stream instead of a site like LiveMe or Twitch. I don't mind seeing stuff like that, but when the whole website is taken over by videos that are like that, that's not what I feel like watching. I don't want to watch somebody just sitting there in a chair. If I wanted to watch somebody being sexy or anything like that, there's plenty of free porn sites for that. You know, it's just ridiculous. Those are just my opinions. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, I'll ask you to leave a like, even though I just got done bitching about people asking for likes and all that other stuff. Hi, Luna. Are you coming over here? Blah, blah, blah. I've seen where your mouth has been, okay? You don't need to lick me in the face like that. Let me go. She's getting antsy. She wants me to get off the computer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think it's cool when creators remind you to leave likes or to subscribe or follow. You know, of course, we do all of this because we want you guys to follow and watch what we're doing. We want people to be interested in the kind of content we're putting out. But at the end of the day, if that's all you're doing is just asking people to do that and you're never actually putting out any information or content or anything that's going to interest people, it's going to be very short-lived. I promise that. Hopefully soon somebody builds a website that has all of these features all combined into one, and then we don't have to worry about being on a million different websites. If Facebook, for example, would allow us to monetize our content, that would be amazing. If they would lift that stupid 5,000 person friendship limit, that would be amazing. It's just ridiculous. All of this stuff is ridiculous, right? And we're all just trying to make it work for us in whatever way works for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to follow any of the million sites I'm on. Some of my links are in the description below. I can't even put them all there because it's not even worth it. It's just going to confuse everybody. You guys tell me what you would like to see.